welcome back to Gapeys Garden. Today we're going to be starting a microgreen growing series. So this is the first time I've grown microgreens, but it's been on my to-do list for quite a while. I got a few items from Mars Hydro to help this project along. We've got the TS1000 150 watt LED panel, and that is perfect for about a 2.5 to 3 square feet area. So that is good for a grow shelf like this. This will cover half of the grow shelf, which is just perfect for our microgreens. And then we've also got a heat mat. So this heat mat is a new product from Mars Hydro, and these items are available on Amazon, so I'll put links to those in the description of this video if you want to check them out. We're going to be setting our heat mat to 70 degrees. That's the ideal temperature for growing microgreens. Now, a lot of people's houses are close to that temperature already, so that probably isn't something that you'll need for growing microgreens. But we keep our house fairly cold this time of year. It's actually about 55 degrees in this room right now, so microgreens would probably still grow, but they would just grow really slowly. So we'd like to help them along by using this heat mat. So before we get started growing the microgreens, we're going to do some test germination because I've got some seeds here that are a little bit old, so we want to make sure they're still good before we start growing our microgreens. So the first ones we have here are some seeds from Johnny's. This is a spicy micro mix, and it looks like it has a bunch of different microgreens, maybe some mustard in there. But we've got, I think these are probably from, it looks like 2014. So these are really old seeds, but brassicas tend to age pretty well. So we'll see how the germination is on those. And then we've got some seeds that I saved myself from the garden. So we've got some kaleidoscope kale here from 2018. And then we've also got some mustard seeds. These are from 2020, so not quite as old. These should germinate pretty well. And then the last seeds we have here are some microgreens from Sunnyside Farm of Monroe. This is from a seed swap from Monroe, Connecticut. And she doesn't say what type of seeds they are, but looking at the seed packet, it looks like they're some kind of a brassica. So we'll see how these do. So let's go ahead and get our seed started. We have some trays here that I bought from Amazon. These are just seed germination trays, and I'll be talking a little bit more about those when we get to our microgreen growing, but I'm going to use the bottom tray here to do our test germination. So I've got 4 pieces of paper towel in here. So we'll just use these to test our germination. The first thing we want to do is just spray these paper towels with a little bit of water. We want to hold the moisture inside, so I'm going to put these into a gallon Ziploc bag. And we're going to insert our sensor for the thermostat. And we have that set to 70 degrees. We'll just close this up. And then lastly, we're just going to cover this with a pillowcase, and that will hold in the moisture. These don't need any light to germinate. And we'll check back in a couple days. All right, it's been a couple days, so let's take a look and see how our seeds are doing. Let's take it out of the bag. All right, so we've got our mustard here at the top, and this one is doing really well. Looks like most of those have germinated. The kale here is also looking pretty good. We have most of those germinated, but they're not quite as far along as the mustard. And then we've got our seeds from Connecticut and the spicy mix, and both of those are not looking that great. We've got a few germinated, but for the most part, most of them have not germinated. So I think I'm going to stay away from starting these and stick with the mustard and the kale. All right, that's it for this first part of the series. In the next one, I'll be showing you all the equipment I'll be using in a little bit more detail and getting those seeds started and germinated. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.